I'm Dan Galusha. Welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Today we're back here at the knife throwing range again, and we have another, what I am calling a Jxe Jxo product. Nobody really knows how to pronounce it. It's Jxe Jxo. So we're going to call it Jxe Jxo or Jxe Jxo or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this time it's going to be a knife. Last time we were throwing an axe. And I'll tell you, I'm actually re-impressed with these little things. And to start off with, we're going to talk about the case. Here it is, right here. It's a nylon case, and you know, a lot of these, I would say cheaper knives, some of them and that, they come with a nylon case. They're not all good. This one really seems to be a very well-made case, quite similar to the one that I have for my cold steel knives. And they make a very, very good case for those, and they're even hard, seems like, to find. But this one is nice and flat, and what I like about this, where the other one doesn't, those knives are stacked. These are separate, as you can see. That way, if you want, you can carry it on your side and pick them out and throw them very easy. There's only one problem, though. But first, we're going to talk about the way it's made here. See the rivets? Those are very good rivets, and they're put right in the right spot. For one thing, they're right at the ends of the points. And in just a second, you're going to see why that is so important. You also have a couple of them up here at the stress points. As I said, it's a very good, heavy nylon case, but we're not reviewing the case, really. We're doing it as a whole package. Now, here's one problem with it, though. This knife will come out all by itself. This will not hold it in. These are held in. But we're going to undo this anyway so we can do all of them. And here's the knife itself. It's about 3 ounces, a little over 8 inches long. And I'm not always that thrilled about a 3-ounce knife. So it is a shorter distance knife, I will say that. But I've been able to no spin through it, my what I call muzzle loader style, where I use my hand like a muzzle loader and load it like this and throw it and let it just shoot out of my hand. But that's something else all entirely. Here's the thing that I said was a problem, though. Now this knife comes out okay. This one has got a bit of a problem, and as you see, you're not going to get this one out fast. There, came out. Okay, I think that there probably was, it may just be specific to this case, and looking at the back I can see that stitching is just a little off center, so it made this one pretty tough. And maybe after a while of going in and out, yeah, it might work. But we're going to get rid of the case now. As I said, we're doing it as a package. Here's the knives. They're very, very sharp points, so you got to be careful if you have a ricochet. The penetration is fantastic on these. And here's the nice part. Normally, what I call a kune type tip is very, very sharp on the edges. This is not. See that? I couldn't do that with a kune. I'd slip my finger open. But the point is extremely sharp. And we're going to do some throwing here, and I'll show you what to do. And then, like I said, it's got the name right on the side of them. You can see that. And well, let's get some throwing done here, and we're going to start off at the 7 feet line, and we're going to go back to 10 and maybe some 13, and we're just going to see what happens. So let's start throwing. We're going to start off here at the 7-foot line. See how they do. Just some quick throwing. Get warmed up. Very, very easy sticking. I did not throw those hard at all. Just did some half spins, and we're going to come back to the 10-foot line now and see what happens. They stuck very hard on that, and that was just an easy throw. And now we're going to try at 10 feet, and I'll show you later how I'm holding these. Well, those weren't right on target, but they all stuck. And we're going to try 13 foot next. Alright, that was at 13 feet. Not too bad. it's a little bit harder throwing them from here. We're going to go back to 16 feet, but I don't hold much promise for that. We're just going to have to see what it does. Well, that was at 16 feet, and I was able to do it. Had to hold each one of them different. I'll be showing you that here. And we're going to try the stacked one like I've done in the past, where it's 1, 2, 3 down, and we'll see how that works. Well, that wasn't too bad from 16 feet. It kind of surprised me because I've been practicing with them. I'm going to show you the different ways that I hold these to get them from these distances and get this 16-foot one. I want them out of here first. And that's not too bad a penetration for that sort of a throw. I got it clear up to here. So pretty good penetration, but the tips are very sharp too, and I've noticed that they're starting to wear just a little bit from when I started with them. I threw them a couple of days, I guess, at different times, but it's been so doggone cold, and it was really, I actually was throwing these at night. Yeah, that's right. Probably thought I was crazy. I'm out here and it's like, boy, this is really getting dark. I took my cell phone, put the flashlight on, held the flashlight like this and threw it with the other hand. Just wanted to see how these work. Couldn't wait. Got them. I received them. Had to try them out. Anyway, I was going to tell you the different ways that I throw them. Half spin, of course, it's right here. You know, everybody knows that. And you grab it right in here. That's it. When I went back to 10 feet, because I was throwing half spin at 7. At 10 feet, I was using, again, like I've done before, and I've told you about this, where I use the holes if there's any holes. I don't like holes up in here, though. That's usually when a knife will break. This is a good solid one. Good tang. Good thick tang. You can see that. Anyway, I grab it right in here so that the top of my thumb is right at the top of that hole. That's what I do for 10 feet. And that's a spin throw, of course. I go back to 13 feet, and normally I would be grabbing it like this. This one I didn't. I did and I didn't, because the heel of my thumb was right here, touching this hole right up here on the top. It was just like that. That's how I was throwing it for 13 feet. When I went back to 16 feet, normally I will turn the knife around this way and put it in the palm of my hand. This one I can stick myself with it. But I normally do it this way. This time that didn't work. So when I was practicing with them, I found that if I take it like this and take this right here, put it right here at the heel of my palm, right in there, that was the right distance in order to put them up here at, but from 16 feet, that was right here. Just, you know, I'm about 7 feet from here when I put that in there. And again, just that light of a throw, I was up to there. So it shows you the penetration on these. They're very, very good. Now what we're going to do is try that 1, 2, 3 type of a throw and see how that works. In fact, I can see here I got a little bit of a burr where the knives have been hitting one another, but you all know that happens. So we're going to go back and we're going to do that 1, 2, 3 on the rounds. In fact, I've installed a couple of thicker ones down there. So that we've got a little bit more stability on them. They're not cracking quite as bad, or at least I hope they're not. These are pine, by the way. And, well, let's give it a try. There we are. 1, 2, 3, right down the line, and not really all that bad. They're pretty doggone close to the bullseye on all 3. So very accurate knives, and that was from 10 feet, by the way. Little, yeah, that or about 11 feet in there somewhere. Well, my hands are getting a little bit cold out here, and I've pretty much shown you everything it'll do. They're all very, very good for sticking. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We'll grab one of them here. This one right here in the middle, there, had another one clear up to there. And imagine if you throw them a little harder. I'm kind of throwing them light to some extent. So you throw this thing hard and hey, who knows what you're going to get, huh? But anyway, that's how they work. And again, this is however you want to pronounce it. It's Jxe Jxo. And very sturdy knife, seems like. I guess these are a stainless steel from what I understand. Like I said, I just received these, so I'm not too sure as to what we've got. I'm happy with them. I like the case. You know, I even, and very few times will I talk about a case. It kind of impressed me when I first seen that. But this, you know, they just stick. That's all there is to it. There's not much you have to do those, and they would be very good for no spin like this. I'd love to see Adam Saladin get his hands on a set of these. I bet for no spin he could do wonders with it. Even though they are only, like I said, about 8 inches, and they're only right around 3 ounces. I put them on my actually my digital fish scales, and that's what I was using them on. And you know, of course he throws them like this, no spin. And yeah, that'll work from this distance. You know, what am I, 7 feet there? I'm probably only about 4 feet from the target. It's not going to take much to stick that at no spin. And I think they're just going to be a very, very nice knife. Not all that expensive to get a set of 3 of them, so you know, a beginner could start out. But definitely watch out, because they're very, very sharp point. If these ricochet, you move. There's no 2 ways out of it. And I always stress that, because I had a Kune once ricochet. I didn't move, and I got it stuck right in my leg. And I'll tell you right now, the worst bee sting you can think of, that is a little bit more than that. I guarantee you that. You want to be as safe at knife and axe throwing as you are at shooting, because there's no way out of it. Once you have that accident, it happens. That's why they call it an accident. It happens fast, and it happens without you even knowing it. And any knife, but when you got them with this sharp of a point, you really want to make sure you're doing everything right. And as I said, I re-go for these. They are very, very, I'm not big on small knives, as you know. I've got a set here just recently that I did a video on. Very lightweight. In fact, I think they were supposed to be about the same weight. These just seem heavier for some reason. I mean, it sounds crazy, but they do. They've just got a little bit, but they're definitely, once you get to 16 feet, I'm struggling anyway, because I've got a bad shoulder. But maybe somebody without wouldn't do as badly, but I would prefer a heavier knife out longer distance. But 13 feet with this one, I would say, is just about the cutoff point. This is 10 feet and shorter for your best, your absolute best throwing. And that's what a lot of you do anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.